Alright, back with another e-bike unboxing video. Usually the following video would be me riding it, but it is a wind storm in my area right now. Like right now it's trash day outside and there was like nothing but recyclables and trash bins literally being blown up and down the street. So while that is going on, I'm gonna keep the garage door closed so that way there's no wind coming in and like the camera doesn't get knocked off. But today, we got another e-bike to unbox and assemble and just take a good look at. I'm gonna try my best to make this video not as like boring as the previous build videos. Just kind of like have some fun editing it. So let's hop into it.
Live like Jackie and Rose, had the water been warmer. Been a Bonnie and Clyde down in California, fall in love on the run. Trying to make it to Cabo, Romeo with a blunt, Juliet with a bottle. Baby, I'm looking for reasons to call it a lie, but if the water were free.
Ouch. You know, while I know these staples are good for like the packaging, they hurt if you get caught on them. Oh, wow. I think this might be my first not fat tire e-bike unboxing, because this is not a fat tire. Let's take out some of the still important but not as important stuff first. Okay, so with this being a not fat tire e-bike, hopefully this is a lot easier for me to just pull out of the box. But so far we've got pedals, some wrenches. I'm getting a collection of these at this point, which is not a bad thing. I'm guessing this is the charger in here. Styrofoam, my worst enemy. I'm pretty sure these staples are going to be my second worst enemy soon. But let's see how heavy this thing is. Hopefully, again, like I said, it's not a fat tire bike. Shouldn't be too heavy. If the flaps with the staples weren't in the way, I would be good. Come on. Ah, the staple got me. There we go. Okay. Yo, this little thing is like adorable with how small it is. Again, I'm used to big fat tire e-bikes. This is a nice change of pace. It looks like this is like a baby blue. You guys can't see it, but like when I unbox everything, it looks like this is a baby blue-ish or a sky blue color. Let me go ahead, undo everything, and you guys can kind of see it for yourself. Undo all these zip ties. Careful not to cut any important cables or wires. I'm like right on a brake line, which it looks like these are mechanical brakes, which for a budget bike like this or for a more entry-level bike like this, I kind of expect it. I don't expect hydraulic brakes or anything like that or anything crazy. Okay, got the tire off. Seat is done. Let's get these keys out the way and put to the side. Get the brake pedals out. That's the handlebar. We can hold off on that for right now. I say that as like the next thing that I'm cutting. Okay, got that out. Handlebars on display. We'll keep that out for a second. Let's try this. Got a user manual. And there you can see the color. Looks kind of baby blue / sky blue to me. Kind of hard to tell. What do you guys think? Do you call this baby blue? Do you guys call this sky blue? The official name, I'll put it up on screen in case anyone's curious, but that's the color of this bike. They have this one, I believe a white one, and a dark blue one. You know, with how much this bike is tilting, I think we should put the tire on soon just so I can stand it up. Let's try that next. All right, let's just be careful here. Flip it upside down. Luckily, nothing is like getting in the way, except for, I guess, the rear cargo rack. There we go. And then I'll just find something to hold it up back here, I guess. A chair. A chair never failed me. All right, next let's go ahead and work on getting all of this front tire stuff off so we can put the tire on. Okay, now, what is this? Oh, it's like a front basket. Neato. Front tire, come here. Come here, you. Let's take off all of this extra plastic here. Take off the fender just to make it a little bit easier. We'll install that later. Also has a rotor plate guard. There we go. And how we do this here? Screw and unscrew with the wrench and the tools. Got it. Again, I like to use the tools provided in case this is like your first e-bike. You don't have any of your own tools. Wrong way. Yeah, in case this is like your first e-bike and let's just say you don't have any tools, I always try my best to only use the tools that are provided in the bike kit. So that way you don't gotta like run to a hardware store, pick something up. I mean, nothing wrong if you have to, but you know, just one less thing to deal with when you're putting together a bike. Because when you spend so much money on a bike, the last thing you want to do is spend even more money on tools and parts that need to put it together, or that you need to put it together, when it should already be included in there. Looks like there's no through axle with this one. Hand tighten the bolt just enough so that way the wheel gets locked in there. And then we can flip it back over. That would suck if I wasn't recording. Okay, front wheel's on. Not the tightest. I'll adjust the brakes, but let's just flip this back over for right now. All right, get that out the way. It's a light bike. I think I can flip it over this way. There we go. Kickstand up, kind of weird not having handlebars, but we're gonna do that right now. Let's start with the handlebars. Let's go ahead and put the handlebars together just so we have that done and out of the way. Where did my scissors go? Make sure to watch for any cables. You don't want to cut them by mistake. Let me unscrew these. Oh man, I'm looking through my phone because I want to get some interesting angles. Look at that quality, and I love how the camera is so small. I could literally put the camera anywhere and it's not really in the way. Oh, that's righty-tighty. Don't want that. Let's just keep it at that for now. Looks like it goes on. Okay, I gotta move the camera now. Didn't want to do that. I gotta take off everything. I tried not to do that to avoid damage, but I guess I can't avoid that. There we go. Oh, that's a thick display. Hold on a second. It almost looks like a phone with an OtterBox on it. I mean, look at that display. It legit looks like a phone case, or like a phone with an OtterBox on it. I mean, it's not a phone, but it looks like it with how beefy it is. That's interesting. There we go. Good rule of thumb. Don't tighten it all the way. Just do it enough to secure it in place while you do the other screws. And also, do your best to do it on an X, or in an X pattern. So that way it is tightened and secured more or less evenly. Side note, speaking of X, who's here a fan of X-Men? Because Deadpool and Wolverine, oh, I cannot wait. I recently went back and rewatched all the X-Men movies. Oh, cannot wait for the comeback. Now, if you are a fan of X-Men, don't be quizzing me about shit in the comments about the comics, all right? I'm just a movie guy. I'm not a comic guy, all right? I appreciate the X-Men movies, the Marvel movies, all that. Deadpool and Wolverine, two of my favorite characters. On top of that, the TVA is involved somehow. Oh, I cannot wait. All right, let's leave that there for now. All right, so ignoring the mess on the floor, this is the bike about 90-ish% done. All I have left to do is the pedals and the front fender, and then I'm pretty much done. So let me do that real quick because that's always boring. Wow, that is a big, guys, that is a big crank arm. And we got the Shimano Speed. Let me go ahead and finish this up real quick and show you guys the finished product. right, and this right here is the finished product. Took a little bit longer because I was messing around with the front basket and like the headlight placement. Apparently it just goes on the side right there. I was used to it being up in the center, but that wouldn't work with the front basket rack. But there it is. I'll go into more detail next video, but in case anyone's wondering, this is a 48 volt, 500 watt with a peak of 1,000 watt motor right there. Battery is in frame, 48 volt, 15 amp hour battery. It's got dual hall sensors, a half twist throttle, headlight, tail lights. That's pretty much all you can, need to know right now. Like I said, I'll go into more detail in the next video, but that is the assembly process. All in all, this is probably one of the easier bikes I've had to build, especially because it's so light and nimble compared to my other big e-bikes. I like it. Like I said, this is like a good beginner first starter bike in case anyone wants to get into e-bike riding, but without breaking the bank of getting a higher end bike. If you guys do enjoy this video, if you guys found the assembly process somewhat useful from my perspective, go ahead, do me a favor, drop a like, leave a comment down below what you guys think of the bike. Again, I'm trying to tap into the entry-level e-bike market. If you want something that does not look like an e-bike but has somewhat of the power of an e-bike, you can't go wrong with a bike like this because it looks like any other regular bike, just with a thick frame, which is where the battery is. Actually, real quick, let's take a look. So I'm guessing we just put the key in, unlock it, and then it should somehow pop out. Uh-oh, did I break it? It would be a good idea to check how to do so. Battery, battery, battery. How do I remove the battery? Handlebar, front wheel, brakes. Okay, so clockwise to unlock it. Oh, it takes some force, which is good because you don't want this to accidentally be unlocked while you're riding. But that's the battery. Then you can just pop it back in there, drop it in, lock it, and it is seamless. Let me make sure real quick. There we go. Give it a little love tap and it's going in there, no problem. But with that being all said and done, I will go ahead and put this on the charger. Hopefully the windstorm will pass over the next few days. In the meantime, we got one more bike to unbox and assemble. I'm excited for that one just because of the color alone. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.